Hey yo, welcome to Workhorse Wrestling Network. You're gathered with us for the Cookout podcast, where we talk about what's cooking up in professional wrestling. We are gathered for the last Horsey Awards of the year.
Woohoo!
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We probably did this in reverse order. I guess tonight should have been like best men's and women's wrestler of the year, but oh well. As usual here at Workhorse, we're learning and always yeah, it's always off the rails here. So
Well, this might also be like half post show.
that's right. There you go.
That's true. And I mean, we're alive, so yeah, that was a little iffy.
Anyone got anything they want to touch on while we wait for Anika to come in? Give it a minute or two.
Lacey Evans is still a dipshit.
I'm going to be real, I don't really pay much attention to TV during the holidays.
Yeah.
Oh, it wasn't. She went on TV when she said what she said.
She was on Twitter, right?
Instagram.
Instagram.
Yeah.
Instagram. Why don't you let our viewers know what she said in case they were unaware?
Well, if you missed this week's Under the Radar, I did talk about it there on Take Count of the Week there because was a little iffy about whether or not we were going to have a cookout. And last week, the gremlin children almost took me out with their baby. But Lacey Evans in strike 3, strike 1 being some slick commentary she made. Previously, strike 2 was the Halloween outfit in which, to portray a character, she had her child paint her face very, very, very dark brown. Strike 3 was she decided to put on her Instagram that processed foods lead to autism and ADHD.
Yeah. Yep. That's been one of those ongoing conspiracy theories from the
And then
conspiracy.
I'm all for a good conspiracy theory, all for it. Most of them end up being right. However, if that were the case, everybody in America would have autism or ADHD, considering, our food really ain't food. So for her to hop her hip hop happy ass up there and say that, and then when she got called out about it, yeah. Yeah. Do you know how hard it is to unite AEW and WWE fans unless it's like Cody Lee or something? The fact that she united locker rooms, not just WWE, she united like every wrestling locker room against her.
Yeah.
Do you know the level of skill that takes?
Right?
Like they weren't even united against Mandy Rhodes, it's nudes or whatever.
Hey, there's the fourth workhorse.
Hey y'all.
Ooh,
We were just
she
discussing
had her-
Lacey Evans' idiocy.
Oh, how did it go, Ash? Hopefully it went well.
What's up, Ash? Thanks for joining us. Thanks to anyone that chooses Workhorse Wrestling Network and is here with us tonight. If you're new, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn the notifications on so you'll be notified for all of our upcoming content. We do love to hear from you, so please post your comments in the chat.
Yes,
And,
please do.
Yeah.
So, you want my 2 cents?
Yes. Please give us your 2 cents about Lacey Evans.
All right. So I do feel that children should feel free to wear any costume. But as a parent, you should not be painting their skin for it. Like, if they want to wear the outfit, wear the outfit. That's...
So
let me ask you guys a question. Let me ask the two. Let me ask you two a question, Anika and CM. If you have a child that is a white child that has a black person that they look up to, wants to dress up as them as Halloween, how do you do that? Is there a way to do that legitimately, or can you just not do that at all?
Okay.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So what was the costume again?
Claudine from Monster High.
So from Monster High. Okay. So was the blackface necessary? That's
Well,
all
no,
I
I
need
mean
to
it's
know.
not. I don't see it as necessary. I'm just asking, like, how do you do it in a way that's not offensive? I guess is the question.
That's my thing because like with the one moment, Grandma, you gotta go. Oh no.
I gotta go. You gotta go.
You do it like this.
I can't see that picture, but yeah.
Hold on.
but
I'm gonna
but
actually take my thing off.
but like
Go
I
Okay.
ahead.
Hold on for just
but
one second. Let's see
okay.
what CM's picture looks like.
All right.
He's Malcolm X. If you have to change your skin color in order to portray someone, that's a problem.
Like she's a monster. She's supposed to be a wolf. Painting her face black was not necessary for people to know she was playing a monster slash wolf. Like,
Right.
oh wait, the pointy ears and the furry hands wasn't enough. Let's put the black stuff on her face so people can really know she's playing a monster. That's stupid.
Right.
That's
Right.
dumb.
I hear you. I hear you.
I mean, I was Sandy from Greece. I didn't bleach. I didn't put on any like special anything.
Just
Like
clear your
I
hair up.
I
Clear your hair up.
had my cute little braids, had my poodle skirt, and I was walking around like hell I was but no.
Closest thing I got is when I was 9. I was a vampire and I had white makeup to make me look paler.
Well, I mean, vampires are dead, and at the time we believe, they can't
The,
go in the sunlight. So
Yeah,
yes,
that,
the paleness needed to be for a zombie. Maybe little
that's the
patches
closest
of blood.
I got.
It's
Oh, when I was 6 and I believe 7, both years I was Zorro.
oh,
I want to see pictures of
he
him.
was
Right?
like a little baby Zora.
Uh,
No, he was Malcolm X from the movie and actually from the book, but also like I don't understand why it is seemingly hard for, I'll just say it, white folks to understand that you don't have to change a person's like skin tone in order to portray something.
Yeah.
I
Like
don't
That's
want to.
it's like a vampire. Like if you're a vampire, you're gonna be lighter because you're technically like dead, and when you're dead you
Right.
don't really tan. But like there's
But
certain things that's just
that's a which and no offense, but sometimes I'm not gonna put this on Lacey, but sometimes they give this as an excuse to do blackface. No offense, because again, the painting of your child's face black is not necessary for the cartoon. Like a bunch of people want to put Moana. You do not need to paint the baby's face brown. Just get a Hawaiian skirt and a tube top, and you're Moana. It really is
uh,
that simple.
but there is another end of like there are people who would be upset that when I was a kid I was Zorro. They would see that as cultural appropriation, and I feel of it more of cultural appreciation personally.
Like,
but how is Zorro's a
yeah,
fake character
Hmm.
written by I believe Americans. It'd be
Was it
very
written by Americans?
I can't remember. But like there is a fine line between an actual portrayal of a real person and like
a
a,
fictional
a
character.
fictional character. Because to me, I would not like somebody dressing up as like Pocahontas and being like, "Oh my God, I love
Ugh.
like John Smith and all this stuff," and it's like, yeah, no. So now we're just glorifying pedophilia amongst all the other issues that come along with the portrayal of Pocahontas. Like, there's a difference between a fictional
Yeah.
character and like a real character.
And Zorro is like almost a superhero like something. Like I can see that's a real easy costume to do. Just get a mask, poke holes in it, and get a sword and dress in black. Like that, I don't think that would be like again. Don't paint your you didn't do your
No.
skin. So
Had a mustache.
that was it. So
Yeah.
yes, I don't. Yeah, I see that as yeah. You like the movie. Yeah, you like the well. If you're really old, you like the show.
It's like folks when it came to Moana, there was a difference between I'm playing Moana in like for Halloween and I'm dressing like her and I am portraying myself like her versus like a more fictional character. Like Moana has ties to like like was it the Pacific Islands or was it Hawaii?
Pacific Islanders.
So
Yeah.
like there's culture there. There's things there that folks should appreciate. Fuck you, Blue.
But he's
God damn.
he just got here. What did he
All right
say?
then.
No, this motherfucker put me on. See how you like it. See how the fuck you like it, Blue. He put me on timeout because I said fuck the Panthers. So now he's on timeout. We'll see what we see, Blue.
Ah.
I'm glad you waited to coach 5 minutes. But
Continue on.
Oh,
so like so Ash, that's a good question. I cannot grant someone the right to do that because that is not my culture. As far as I know, I'm not Asian. Now I don't quite know everything.
Yeah.
As far as I know, I'm not Asian. However, I feel like dressing up as the Disney version
Yes.
feels like appropriation versus the real actual like Mulan.
And again, it's about the makeup. You don't paint your face white and do little eyeliner where your eyes are up here. That's dumb. I would think a simple idiot would know not to do that if your child is going to dress up as Mulan.
I honestly didn't even think of that.
Oh,
I would think you would know not to do that. And it also goes to this is why a nice diverse group of friends is helpful, because if you have your Chinese or Asian friends, like, hey, so my kid want to dress up Mulan. Is it cool? And I don't know, but I'm going to assume it's like, yeah, but you can't do whiteface, right? Like, yeah, I know that. Okay, cool. The bet. It's like,
or like just ask like, hey, how can I be respectful of your culture without overstepping my bounds? Because that's a conversation that needs to be had. Like if somebody wants to dress up as like, I'm trying to think of like Beyonce. If someone wanted to dress up as like Beyonce, there's certain things that you should wear and things that you shouldn't. And
So might have been 3rd, 4th grade. Did a performance for the school of Lewis and Clark, and they had me portray York.
okay, real quick. Okay, not to sound stupid. Don't know who York is. I don't. I'm sorry. I thought you were going toward someone plays like a Julia. That's what you were going with the conversation. That's number one. Number two, I asked the question: was your school all white?
Not all white.
How much of the minority was in there?
The roles were given up randomly, like out of a hat. Yeah.
See, no, that's the teacher's still behind fault. You cannot randomly put people in certain. See, that's your teacher's fault. I would not blame the victim. I will blame your teacher, who is stupid.
I don't know. I understand it though, because if it's random, are they gonna?
What is this?
That was York.
Thank you for that.
Yeah. So here's the situation. Even if you were like a light skinned black dude, that still would not be okay. Um.
Yeah,
So
Cause
I'm only like 1%, so
okay,
Okay,
are,
I just
are
like
people
we've
wouldn't
had
know if I didn't
we've
say
had this
anything.
discussion amongst ourselves.
Yeah.
Like I have cousins who are whiter than you in appearance. Um, however, there are certain things that they know not to do because they pass as white or they can pass as white, and they don't want those type of problems.
so
Um,
Yeah.
another question: Was York? How important was York in the Lewis and Clark story? I know about Lewis and Clark, but I don't know about York. How important was he in the story?
Airy,
So
Pretty
it's airy.
pretty
he
important.
had to be in there. Like he had to
I
be
would
like
in the story he's probably like fifth most important.
I was gonna
He's the first African American to cross like the continent. If
damn.
we're talking about actual history.
I was gonna say just don't let someone play that if it's not important. But if it's that important, then yes, give it to the non-Caucasian dude. Yes.
yes, yes. So
Oh,
are
so Ash, if someone wanted to play an Asian man, oh, I'm not laughing. Okay, in our defense, I was in the chat. So this is what happens when you're doing something online. So you're here. If someone to play an Asian superhero, someone Asian on television, how would it be? Well, I was gonna say how would it be offensive. How would it not be offensive? Like what's the line? Honestly, tell us.
I want to know, is Gringo Loco's cornrows cultural appropriation?
Yes,
It is.
Who is who is
yes.
Gringo Loco?
Do you know who Gringo Loco the wrestler
I
is?
don't know these people.
No. He's kind of a
Yeah.
heavy set white dude. He's my spirit animal. He's a heavy set white dude that does all kinds of
So
luchador moves.
I want to say I appreciate that we can talk about things because talking is how you learn. And a lot of people aren't willing to talk nowadays. And I really appreciate that all of us are willing to talk about
No
things.
doubt, no doubt.
any any time that any hairstyle that I had to legally fight to wear if I want to wear it at work is cultural appropriation. When I had locks, I hated when non-black people had locks. It bothered the pure tea hell out of me because they did not. They, some of them were the reason I got judged for wearing my locks, and my hair was washed consistently.
That part. Like if
Like
you're
when
gonna number one, if you're gonna wear them, you can't be the dusty white dude or white girl with the dusty locks. Let's do number one of that, okay? If you're gonna wear a hairstyle, at least let be decent and in order.
I hate when they claim the Vikings wear it. No, the fuck they didn't. No, they didn't. They had more like plaits. And if you actually read the Viking stuff, they tell you that. I hate Bray Riot's hair. I think that I want to take all that weave out. It bothers me. Bothers me. I just want to get a comb as a conditioner, just go. Um, when it comes to braids, cornrows, anything like that, anything that has to tie to the enslavement of people who look like me on this continent, no, because there's the y'all don't, and y'all is general. Y'all don't understand the history of that. Like there are braiding patterns that we still do today that have ties to escaping. There's certain braiding patterns that we
It was
do
a plan
to
in
this
there.
day where we brought food from Africa over. Like, and when we were running to freedom, it was in our hair. So
And more so, just when people just like, oh, in the 70s, oh, they're bow braids. No, they're not bow braids. They're not bow braids. They're all black braids. Or I'm not
it's
gonna get hyped about
bothersome.
this.
I mean, but at the same
or
time,
when One more time.
When they lose their edges, I just sit back and kind of laugh about it. So it works out. Like yeah, wear it. Now when your hair line starts like right about here, don't say nobody warned you.
Okay, now see, that was dumb for Ghost in the Shell. That's the one with Scarlett Johansson. That was stupid as all get out. I don't know why y'all would put like.
Technically, Scarlett Johansson is African American.
Says who?
She is.
I want to see that family tree.
No, because she is from a certain. She's from the continent,
Yeah, isn't she? She's from South Africa, right?
and
No,
that
no,
is
no, not
Sub-Saharan.
not Charlize Theron.
Oh,
Scarlett
you're right.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah,
I get them confused.
It's a lot of white people.
Did you just say all white women look the same?
Chanel and Katy Perry and the other one. They look too much fucking alike for me. But Ash, you're right. You're right.
I forgot what I was gonna say now.
Which one are you talking about, Ash? Which one?
Is only that comes to mind.
Oh, I remember what I was gonna say now.
Like way back in 2005.
I remember Heroes.
Yeah, but I want to know which one he's pulling. But hold up, Sammy, before you forget again.
Yes.
So the creator of the manga anime, whatever, of Cowboy Bebop, he did an interview and he was talking about how he used racial ambiguity. Of like, he didn't view his characters of being of any certain particular race. He viewed them more of being like in a mixed race, of where more people would feel connected and it would be different and it could be portrayed in different ways and people could see it in different ways. I don't remember everything that he said, but I was just like, man, that is smart, and he did that like 25 years ago. Shit.
Yeah. Now that is a good, and then that is again forward thinking. I like with all of this, just put some thought in. Just put some thought into it before you do it. Just 10 minutes of thinking things through will save you a whole lot of what the hell that was you doing when you post this stuff on the internet. Just 10 minutes. 10 minutes.
I just want to know, like, for certain folks, like, why is saying the N-word to be all end all? That's been my question since I was growing up as one of 4 black people in the class.
Oh, why do y'all just
want to know?
Why do people just want to say it? Like, well, y'all, yes, we're saying it. This discussion includes us. The rest of y'all know the rule. Y'all know the rule. I don't care what excuse y'all have. Y'all know the rule. So abide accordingly. Thank you.
It's questions that need to be answered about some things. So, but yes, Workforce Wrestling Network, where we can have discussions about race and nobody, flip shit and burns down shit and protest
and hunt people down with a shotgun. None of that.
All love, nothing but love.
We're not gonna have an insurrection, which I maintain. If they've done what PGCPD wanted to do, like,
y'all know we ain't making past the gate. We ain't gonna even go to the dog.
No, I remember talking to a police officer from PG County, Maryland, which is right over the border, and they were just like, if they had just let us do what we wanted to do, insurrection would have been over in 5 minutes. They have some of the worst brutality ever, and they don't give a fuck. If they don't care, they will beat you. Don't matter your skin tone or nothing. They don't care. They just gonna beat you.
But hey.
That's a perfect segue. Beating each other is a perfect segue into wrestling. So, how about if we go into our first Horsey Award of the night?
Go ahead and get the women out of the way, since
I get it. Sure.
Let's go ahead. I might be the only one to have one.
We'll do best women's tag match of 2022.
Do you
We'll
have
let
one?
CM go first because I know she has one. I don't know if anyone else has one.
I have one. I definitely have one. I thank God it's just one, cause three, yeah, but I do have one.
Okay, is yours Sasha and Naomi from WrestleMania 38?
It's not.
Ooh.
It's not.
Okay. So
Okay.
mine is Sasha and Naomi from WrestleMania 38 versus Queen Zelina and Carmella, not because necessarily of the whole match, but because of that moment. Like when Sasha finally got her WrestleMania win and it hit her that she had won at WrestleMania. And it was
Right?
just like,
And
finally.
but people talking about why she overdoing it. No, 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 y'all are underdoing it. Rise to her energy, rise to her level. I was all the way with Naomi and Sasha when I'm like,
That
yes,
reminds me. The other day, I saw somewhere online somebody saying that Sasha had reached her peak in WWE, and I was like, "The fuck she did? The fuck she did?"
I
what
saw that and I
what
saw
was the
people
peak?
people agreeing with them. And I was just like, how do you agree with somebody who just a few months ago was saying that Sasha Banks had not reached her peak and that WWE needs to try to get her back? It's
And
it's the weirdness of certain fans is so bizarre.
and that's when you have the decision. Do I have time today or do I let this go? Because if I have time, I will go all the way into this wormhole and I will bring everyone else down with me.
I just
What was the peak?
I
What was
don't
the peak?
I don't
Well,
understand.
she's held both women's singles titles. She's held tag team titles. She's main evented WrestleMania. I mean,
So
For
does
what?
that
less than
mean
3
Sasha? Does
weeks.
that mean Charlotte and Becky have hit their peak too?
Sure.
I mean,
I mean, if you're a wrestler, what's your peak?
I mean, she should actually.
currently Sasha's peak is probably the run of 2021 spring,
Okay, real quick. When Sasha came back in
but that should not be her heights. She has higher heights, I believe.
this was the storyline I wanted when she came back and she
But
was
let me ask.
facing.
So, but okay,
Hold on.
my
Oh, wait. Finish your
Okay, so
statement.
no, when she came back to Raw and Bailey was the man. Oh my God, this was a missed opportunity. Stephanie was in charge, right? All they had to do was run back Stone Cold versus Steve Austin. I'm sorry. I know what I said.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
it's all right. We get it.
Stone Cold versus Vince. And let Stephanie take Vince's place. Let Bailey be Stone Cold. And let Sasha be The Rock. And be Sasha and be Stephanie's basically The Rock. Where Stephanie sends Sasha in to beat Bailey for the title and let that be a rivalry for at least 6 months. I would have loved it when that would have been a great storyline for Sasha and Bailey. Sasha and Becky. I'm like, why no one thought of that? It was
But
right
but
there.
but ended in a double turn.
It was right there. Let Stephanie be Vince. Let Becky be Austin, and let Sasha be The Rock. Ah!
I guess my question is, what do you guys want Sasha to do that she hasn't already done?
Get an
Actually booked
actual
as the
run.
main champion when she has the belt.
And not for less than 3 weeks, because that whole hop skip potato with her and her with Charlotte, and Charlotte won at the pay-per-view, but Sasha won at the Raw was dumb. And just let her have the belt for a good 3 months, 6 months. She's a great heel. That could,
She's a good face too.
but a better heel. Like honestly, in my opinion,
I
a
mean,
long title run is better with a heel than with a face. That's just my
peak
Mhm.
can
opinion.
mean a lot of things. Like she's in her prime right now, age wise, athletically, so she's going to get better as a wrestler. So her
Mm-mm.
peak as a wrestler is not there yet. But as far as doing, yes, a longer run, I guess with a WWE title. I mean, WWE is still the top of the mountain to a certain extent. Like I still believe, even with AEW doing what it's doing, that wrestlers still think headlining or main eventing WrestleMania is the end all. That's still that one thing. And she's done all that. I mean, I don't, there's, sure, she could do it, I guess, what, with a better push and a better run, but
And a
she's
better
done all that. I mean,
storyline.
she's been at the top of the best company. She's been talked about as the best women's wrestler in the world before.
And
So
you can
what, I mean,
So here's the
what more
thing.
does she need to do?
Here's the thing. She's never been, besides like maybe NXT, she's never really been booked as the person. It's always been like Charlotte or like Becky or
or even
whoever
Bailey.
else they push. There is an
She was never
issue.
treated as the marquee.
I
It,
put in okay, cause like I see her like Roman, right? Roman's main evented WrestleMania like 3 times before he was the tribal chief. And yeah, they were all right, but there weren't storylines. You don't really remember the build up towards WrestleMania. Now that he's the tribal chief, everyone's gonna remember him versus Edge and Danielson because of that story, because of that character, because of that story. This WrestleMania, either versus Rock or versus Sammy. People remember this WrestleMania for Roman. We don't have that for Sasha. Like the build up to her WrestleMania matches has not been like an actual program, an actual storyline. When she goes to the Hall of Fame, you're gonna say, "Boom! This is what made her. This is what gave her shine." And
You
that's what I want.
you want me to be the pessimist here and spread negativity into the universe?
no, no,
What kind?
no.
I'm interested. This what 30 seconds go.
So it's gonna be The Rock, Roman, and Sammy in a tag team match against 3 other people.
Why would you say that?
You know what? I will actually take that because I am in the camp of Dwayne is vastly overrated, and I do not want to see him versus Roman. For the love of God, I do not want to see Dwayne wrestle, act, breathe, blink, anything. Just remove him from my memory.
Also,
If
personally, I'm really into the idea of seeing Sami Zayn and The Rock in a tag team together.
I mean, if Mick Foley
maybe
can
at
pull The Rock to be
SummerSlam.
decent, Sami Zayn can make him really fucking good. But going back to the whole
Holy shit, is Sami Zayn and Roman Reigns going to be the next Rock and Sock connection?
I think you're building it. Don't build yourself up for disappointment.
Oh,
he does have a more so going back to the Sasha thing because I refuse to go down this rabbit hole this episode. No, I'm not.
Go for it. Go for it.
I with Sasha when they were talking about her peak, that particular person was saying WWE doesn't need her anymore because like what else can she bring? I personally feel like Sasha is one of the best women promos in the industry, not just in WWE. And I will go as far as saying Sasha is one of the best promos in the industry. Sasha can tell you a compelling story, and sometimes it's not the best, but Sasha can cut a promo that makes you believe in whatever the hell she's saying, whatever she's thinking, whatever she's really doing. I personally feel much like I felt when it came to like going back to The Rock, and going to Mark Henry, going to Kofi, going to Big E. We have when we're having these folks in these having you actually have to make sure they are the top people. It cannot be the storyline is about 20 other people and this is your belt holder. Like if Mox was booked like that, would we really care? MJF already has said next year he's not wrestling more than 7 matches. So they're going to have to book around that. So who's going to be deemed the top guy?
Exactly.
not
Like, oh,
only is Sasha such a great promo, but Mercedes is probably the best interviewee of the women in WWE.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And you still need that, like not breakout, but I think after Cena, no one has really crossed over into entertainment to be a staple in entertainment and in wrestling. That's Sasha. I know they're trying to do it with Becky, but Sasha can definitely do both
It would have been
excellently.
Naomi. It would have been Naomi or Lana. And we can also talk about
The-
Lana. The fact that Lana was in these movies and is pulling stuff from Hollywood, is in these like surreal lives, doing these different things. But it would have been Trinity had WWE not dimmed her shine when she was getting these big interviews. When folks like Kiki Palmer were talking about her, when she had folks on Twitter for days trending "Give Naomi a Chance," and actually had non-wrestling people very interested in watching her because of her personality.
Royal
Like,
Rumble
how does she
2020.
trend online and you not get her in an interview on
Like
some
no,
TV show somewhere?
She
after Royal
was.
Rumble, and
It
that was
was
the
not
most
promoted.
viral. Like after Royal Rumble, that was the most viral surprise entry of the whole night. And you do nothing. Just people being dumb. That's all. That's like there's no real rhyme or reason to it.
That was another thing of like you'd see Naomi, she'd disappear, come back at the Rumble. You, I'm wondering if that's what's going to be happening here in like a month, or is Naomi just going to show back up at the Rumble with no pomp and circumstance leading into it? Surprise return.
I think
Hopefully, it's with the bloodline.
I don't want her to come back to WWE. I want Trinity Fatu to find something outside of WWE. I do not think they appreciate her in WWE. I do not think that. Let me let me go down in the rabbit hole for a minute about this. Trinity Fatu was okay. Trinity Fatu, I didn't want to get a copyright strike for that. Was the first FCW Women's Champion. They don't mention that. When if we go back and we look at NXT when it was a game show for the Divas, she was on track to win because she had the crowd most over. She also was winning a lot of the challenges, and then all of a sudden eliminated. She had a more diverse move set than most of the women at the time. She was willing to take the chances. Her personality was bigger and larger than life. Like there were so many things that should have been it for Trinity Fatu. However, because she didn't
I
get
assumed that
a
season was
role,
gimmicked.
it- that's what they say now. However, originally, it because after she was gone, then folks were like, okay, well, since Naomi is gone, we'll cheer for AJ Lee. Didn't want her to win, so then they really started gimmicking things. But it was very much so supposed to be Caitlyn because that was their prototype. But this is an ongoing thing. Trinity came in at a time where women's wrestling was not valued, and she is whatever you want to say. She is a sports entertainer, yes, but she's also a damn good women's wrestler.
I agree.
That's true, Ash.
100%.
That's very true. People have their own opinions about certain things, but to say that Sasha Banks has hit her peak in WWE, she hasn't even really touched the surface as far as like storylines on a very general basis, it's a problem, especially when folks uphold like Charlotte and Becky. I'm sorry, I don't want to see. I don't want to see Charlotte anymore. She's boring. The only move that she can do is the moonsault, and it's sloppy. She always
Like
gives me, I'm gonna take out somebody, or myself, or boob.
Like, I feel like people out there just be forgetting that like Sasha is younger than Bianca. Like Sasha has a lot of skin left in the game, a lot left to go.
I agree 100%. I wasn't implying that I think that she's reached her peak as far as what she can do, whatever in her life. I guess my question was, what more is there to do in WWE for her? But storylines, I guess, is whatever. I mean, if that's what people want, then that's what they want. I'd rather see her somewhere else. I'd rather see her go to New Japan and be the champ there for the Stardom champ for a little while, or whatever the New Japan
I would love
Association Women
that.
is. I'd like to see her, do a stint I'd like to see her be a belt collector, do a stint in TNA, and be the women's champion at the same time. Like, let's go on and show that she is the best women's wrestler in the world, because I think she could be. I mean, I think she might be. So I'm all for that.
I
Do I think that Charlotte and Becky are terrible wrestlers? No. I think Charlotte's a better wrestler than Becky. I think they're both okay. I do think Sasha's the best of the four workhorse women, or the four horsewomen. Sorry, four horsewomen. Um,
I'm not I'm not going to say that I think that Sasha's going to win the belt in a month, cuz like the belt was just created a month ago. Usually when you make a new title, you don't switch it up that quick.
I do think she'll get it in 2023, though.
Mhm. Mhm. I would agree with that.
Did you honestly say that you think Charlotte is a
yeah, no,
better than Becky? Charlotte, I
I do
bought
think she's a better wrestler than Becky.
every other match. Flair is better than Becky Lynch.
We have a different opinion on that. I mean, I don't see that when I watch her wrestle. So, but
Child. Okay, but before you disappear again, what's
I'm
your
here. I'm
match?
here. I'm here. I'm here.
What's your match?
Okay, so my match, and really, yeah, it was the baddies versus Athena, Willow, and Statlander.
Oh,
I love that match. If there was ever and it really showcased the top three people who should have took it. Well, they still might, who had a chance to take that belt off of Jade. Everyone shined, but more so, this is why I'm mad that Athena and Jade only had 4 minutes, because of that match. You really thought, okay, Athena could take the belt off of Jade, because it was like talking about hitting someone hard. They were going at each other. It was just I love that match. That is my number one match of 2020, female tag team match.
I will be honest. Thank you for reminding me about that one, because all three of the opponents, I personally feel like could beat Jade and carry that belt very well.
Right?
And I don't even like Minerva, but I want Statlander to get better because I want to see her versus Jade. I want so badly Willow to be the one that beats Jade.
I'm here for Willow being Jade.
I want her to celebrate. I want her to just be happy, go lucky, and then I want her to turn into like a heel, because I feel like Willow is one of those people that she's so nice and sweet that when she turns heel, she will be the best heel ever.
That might be worse than when Bailey turned heel. Honestly, it might be worse.
Actually, you know what? I think I'm down for Naomi being the one to beat Jade.
I would
They
take
had that pitch at the game. I'm just saying.
but I don't want to get my hopes up. So
when Jade gets beat, what do you want her to do next?
I want her to continue. I want her to continue like building up, and then I want her to go for the big belt. I want someone to take the belt from Jade, and I want Jade versus Jamie Hayter, because I want to see hard hitting fighting. And I think those two could have at least a 10-minute brawl that could be one of the best women's matches in AEW.
Oh, so when men do it, we call it big meaty men slapping meat.
I'm not touching that.
What? I have no idea what to call for women, and I don't think I'm allowed to say it.
Big thighs, 7 lives. That's what we're gonna call it. We're gonna call it big thighs, 7 lives. That's what we're gonna call it.
I ain't touching that.
Hey, Sammy.
Said though, I like the big thighs, but Sammy, I was intentionally going around that, Sammy.
Shout out to Big E.
When he said it, everybody was just like,
Well, he's not wrong.
He ain't
Sammy, do you
Y'all
have a
mind
women's tag team match of the
take
year?
that good?
I'd probably go with Bianca, Asuka, and Alexa versus Damage Control.
What about the women's War Games match?
I would put the
That
War
was a
Games
good match.
match over that one because the War Games match was actually surprising. Not surprisingly, but I was more so surprised that Alexa got more fire. Alexa did had a lot more moves in there than that match, in my
I thought
opinion.
she was gonna
Mhm.
turn, so it surprised me.
I think it's an indictment of where women's wrestling still is fails to be. The fact that I watch a lot of wrestling and I can't think of one that stood out to me. And I know I have a terrible memory, but I think that's just an indictment of the fact that women's wrestling still isn't where it should be.
Is it that, or is it that? And this year has been like a really kind of weird year for wrestling.
Yeah.
There were a couple matches where I was like, "Oh, that was good," and I was like, "Oh, wait, no, that was last year. Nope, nope."
Right?
But this pandemic, still coming out of this pandemic time frame, time has been very odd for wrestling. Because yesterday was like 2 years since Mr. Brody Lee died, and I was like, wait, how has that been 2 years? Girl, you muted yourself.
Right?
Like I thought that it had been less time. Um,
It does not feel like 2 years. It doesn't.
it's I agree, Sammy, because I had several that was I was just like I had to look up. Like when ALW was asking, like, do you have matches? And I went to go respond. I was like, wait, let me look up when this was. Was this 2022?
I mean, I watched a few on YouTube today trying to find one, and I watched like 3 or 4 matches, and there were some decent ones. Like that's a good match, but none that like I was like, yeah, I'm willing to like put that on the list as my
And
best. I mean, but I don't.
I
Uh,
wouldn't say that's a knock on women's wrestling. I just think that we don't have enough. People are not paying more attention to tag team wrestling. Like there's a bunch of individual female matches, but the tag
no doubt,
teams need more
no doubt.
stories.
Yeah,
They
women's
definitely
We
need
tag
more
can
team is
stories.
not
all
good at the moment.
we can
Anyway,
all agree that last year it was the Bunny and Ford versus Time
Straight,
and
straight up,
Jay, right?
straight up.
No,
Last year,
No, you don't agree?
no, because
no.
of
who was
what
on?
led like that that whole day and CHK's little comments. That's why I say no. But going back
Oh,
to Ash's comment with Kaden Carter and Katana Chance, I will give them tag team of the year as women with honorable mention to Toxic Attraction. But
mhm.
NXT has NXT and Impact have had some of the best women's tag team wrestling in 2022.
For sure, for sure. Like I don't know, maybe they have more like NXT, too much NXT. Maybe they have more female recruits, so that's why they're trying to showcase more people than other shows. But you can't say that NXT don't be promoting women. You can't say that at all.
Some of them they shouldn't, but yeah.
Like it's developmental. Everyone needs a chance.
Unless they support insurrections.
So who are we giving the
Right.
horsey to?
For best tag team or best tag team match?
Best women's
We
tag
already
team
did.
match. We did
Yeah,
women's
we
tag team.
Oh, who's best time team? I
uh
wasn't here.
Boss
Boston
Glow.
Glow. Boston Glow.
Boston Globe.
Um,
Yes. Okay. Boston Globe. Yes. Yes. Yes.
So this
I
is best women's tag team match of the year. Oh, I have tag team of the year. That's why it's
that's why
confusing
I
for me.
asked. Um,
My bad.
I don't know because I love the WrestleMania match, but do I love that because it was Sasha's moment? But I also I love the three-way match. I'm gonna go with the three-way match just because I love the WrestleMania match because Sasha won. Hey love, good to see you. Hopefully you saw my message in Mizzle's thing. Sunny was on Dark They did not wrestle, but they were there and they got camera time. So
Yeah.
You know
Crawling down
the
is forward movement.
you know the modern lingo stuff.
You mean the game? What?
Like
What kids be saying these days?
Like
yeah,
what?
It was this.
Based.
Based?
Sam,
they
you
try to
got
take
to know
that
all
in
of us. If you don't know, you think we know?
will be the base side because that's
You're
where
the
that.
youngest of the bunch. I mean,
If you don't know,
Are you asking what it means or?
Yeah, because like I
I-
see people saying, "Oh, that's based," and I'm like, all right.
I don't.
I have no
Can
idea.
someone
I'll be
check
honest with you. I don't
Urban
know.
Dictionary
So
for
it's
me?
like it depends on which context you're using it. So it's like, oh, that's base. Like, oh, I agree with it. But I still remember when Lil B came up with it, and it was like, it meant that's cool. But
All right.
that was when we were cooking. Like that was a dance move. Back in '09 and stuff. Oh God, I feel so old.
Back in 09?
Dang.
You guys make me feel old.
How you think I feel now that the kids are remixing words that I use? Or when they call the '90s the olden
My
days.
bag, my neck, my wait, what?
Like the fact that y'all are remixing "Blow the Whistle" and
Blow the
like
whistle.
we remixing Soldier Boy. The fact that Soldier Boy is now considered an actual freaking legend, and I remember when he came out with I remember when YouTube came out and we watched like the skits, and then like Soldier Boy kind of blew it up with the crank that. And now I just feel old when I get up here every day.
Wild.
I was already too old to do that when it came out. So I don't want to hear it.
So old.
I was already 32, 33.
I was like the same age as him.
All right. So who are we giving the horsey to?
Jade and the Baddies versus Willow,
Athena.
and Minerva. Y'all knew I was gonna call her Minerva. I don't give a fuck. Although she did with Under the Radar this week is gonna be good, at least for Dark and Dark Elevation. Oh, well, see, here's the problem, Ash. You weren't here when we talked about the match. Like the match there. Well, yeah, that was a good ass match.
I believe that we did our pick before that match happened, though, didn't we?
I don't even remember when that match. Was it?
No.
It might have been the night before. No,
Did we?
no, because we started.
Oh no, that's All Out. Not. I was thinking.
Yeah, it was after. It was after.
I think we said that was one of them, but there were other ones that were better.
Oh yeah, the one that happened a couple days later. Isn't that what we said?
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so.
I think we said the match that happened 3 days after was better.
No. We said that about Thunder Rosa versus. Oh, never mind. Yes, we did. We're like the one at the pay-per-view sucked, but the one at Dynamite.
3 days later, yeah. Yep.
We said that about a match. I think it might have been that one. We might have said that a few times about a few different matches. I don't know.
Because I had Baker. Because I had Thunder Rosa and Baker Revolution on my list, and you guys were like, no. The match 2 days later was better on Dynamite. So that was the one we was talking about.
Yes, it was.
There's also the Hobbs and Stark match.
Yeah.
We also said about that.
Yep.
Wait, we're not. Hobbs and Stark. I was like, no, I got don't confuse me now. I'm like, are we on the men's tag team?
No. Okay. Someone's going to announce the horsey here for.
Oh yeah, I just seen it. You guys take the thing down. Jade and the Baddies. Jade and the Baddies versus. Okay. Jade and the Baddies versus Willow Nightingale, Athena, and Chris Statlander
I'm so
for
proud of you.
our best women's tag team match of the year. I'm being nice. In 2023, I'm gonna try to choose less violence.
Unless warranted.
Fuck Minerva. I tried. I tried.
All right.
Best men's tag team match of the year. I'm interested in hearing what y'all have to say.
I'll go first. I'm assuming it's probably fairly unanimous, but I'm gonna go
Yeah.
with FTR Briscoes 3, the double
Oh.
dog collar match.
Sammy.
Now, my number one is Anarchy in the Arena.
Oh.
Mine's the three-way. The Young Bucks, Team Taz versus Swerve in Our Glory.
Oh. Okay. And CM, who do you got?
Mine is also a Young Bucks match, but hold up. What are we classifying as a tag team?
Teams facing
Tag team.
Say that again.
teams facing off against each other. No matter number of teams.
So a tag team battle royale would count.
Are we just saying 2, or are we saying 3?
Not trios. No, just 2.
Then I have to give it to.
Wait.
Are we saying trios too?
Well, because I'm doing Anarchy in the Arena, which is faction versus faction. It's like
Okay.
8v8.
Okay, yeah, you're right. Okay, so it doesn't matter.
In which case, I will have to go with the Elite versus Death Triangle. I go between 1 and 2, but I'll go with 1 this time.
1.
Well, that's 4 different choices.
That is 4 different choices.
All right. So
I was gonna go FTR versus Briscoes 3, but I think 1 was better, which is why I couldn't say that one.
If you can't vote for your own, whose would you pick?
Fuck.
I can't vote for the Death Card match because I didn't watch the Dog Card match, so I can't vote for it. I didn't see it. So sorry, I didn't watch it, so I can't.
I'm between the trios and Anarchy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm between.
It gave me what I kind of needed, but it didn't end the feud. That's why I don't know if I could go for it. But the trios, I don't know if I expected it to end the way that it ended.
Love that Death Triangle one. I'll just say that.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm picking a second option, it's got to be the trios match. It's got to be the best of 7 series. One of them. I mean, I'll say all of them, but I mean, it's got to be that best of 7 trio series between the Elite and Death Triangle.
But Anarchy was so good.
Just the wild thing playing in the background. Just that.
And I also really like the double dog collar match.
So
see, I called it the right thing this time. I called it the right thing this time just for you.
Okay, if we can't decide on one, I would like to wait. Was that this year or was that last year?
Which match?
The match beyond.
What if we just let Ash pick?
Chat, what do y'all think was the best men's tag match of the year? There's more than Ash here, so
let us know in the chat.
Technically, Ash, it's like a tag, so
because we're all completely split. It's a tide, like it's.
And I like my pick. No offense.
Like I could see it for all 3 of y'all. It's like there are elements in all 3 of y'all that makes me be like, ooh, but, and oh, but, and and
like the best bit of the Anarchy in the Arena match for me is that soundboard.
The what? Oh
yeah. You make my heart.
If that had ended the feud, that would have been perfect.
Yeah. And then of course, and like Kingston not giving a crap. Just we're gonna kill everybody. Like, wait, time out. Your partners your partners with gasoline on. You're not pouring it on Jazz. You're pouring it on.
Brian Daniels, you crazy? You can't do this. No.
Can y'all give me?
So for me, my pick was Young Bucks Death Triangle 1.
For me, it was Anarchy in the Arena where Eddie Kingston almost burnt Chris Jericho alive.
Yes.
Oh, don't forget Brian Danielson.
Just say it.
If it had just been Chris Jericho, I think Brian Danielson would have let him get away with it, but he did get him too.
I went with FTR Briscoes 3, the double dog collar match.
And I went with Young Bucks versus Team Taz versus Swerve and Our Glory. Swerve and Our Glory won the belts. Just saying.
All four were such good matches. I don't know. Or, I mean, the Elite, the best of 7, the best of 6, I guess, when it finally ended up was amazing. I mean, you can't go wrong with any 4 of them, honestly.
Yeah.
Or any of them.
So damn hard.
We've got one chatter. We've got Dolph who says he seconds Anarchy.
She.
Oh, she. Sorry, I apologize. She seconds Anarchy.
I wouldn't be mad if Anarchy wins. I wouldn't be mad at that.
Let's see what we get.
Honestly, talking about it makes me want to watch it again.
Like
Ash says FTR Briscoes 3 for the ring work. So the chat is split too.
Rock, paper, scissors.
How are we gonna have a 4-way rock paper scissors?
Can we have a tie?
Can we have a tie?
Can we have a tie?
Let's give it one more. Let's give it one more second, and let's see if someone else comes up with anything else in the chat.
Because the
tie, it's a tie.
We haven't done a tie, but it's only one tie for the entire year. Like, I think we can get away with having one tie. And if it's gonna be a tie, like the double doggy style and Anarchy in the Arena, like what a great freaking tie to have.
You say that with a straight motherfucking face.
Like they're regularly the same match. It's a bloodbath with stuff. That's not.
Yeah, let's just give it a tie. I don't know if I can decide between those two.
All right. So the horsey for best men's tag team match of the year.
AEW.
Did you just say AEW?
Yeah, AEW. They're both AEW matches, aren't they? So AEW technically wins.
Well, technically one is Ring of Honor.
Oh, man. All right.
No, I would say that, Ash. I really would. But for me, all the other ones top that.
Honorable, dang it, Lord. Honorable mention the Brawling Brutes versus Imperium, Clash of the Castle. No, or what was that? Was it SmackDown? I thought it was a pay-per-view, right? It was a pay-per-view.
Yeah, it was a pay-per-view.
Clash of the Castle was Sheamus versus Gunther.
Extreme Rules, wasn't it? I think it was Extreme Rules. But either way, that one was like that was the first match of the pay-per-view. I think it was Extreme Rules. It was very hard. It was, because after that, it was Ronda versus Liv. And I'm like, I don't like Liv. I don't like them, but y'all didn't have to do this to these two women. Like this should have been up. Y'all should have had y'all should have had a pink break match after this, and that should be a championship female match. Like it was a hard match to follow. It really was. Like, yeah. Dang it.
All right.
Yeah.
Did you guys watch NXT tonight?
No.
Huh?
I did not.
No.
I didn't.
Was there anything noteworthy?
I haven't seen it, so.
Okay. Well, let's do our last horsey, which is going to be best pay-per-view of the year. Who do you have, Sam? What do you got, Sammy? Is your best show of the year? We'll give Sammy a second to pick.
I'm
Sam,
gonna
you got
go.
one?
No,
Oh, go ahead.
I'm gonna go with Forbidden Door.
That was my pick as well. Forbidden Door.
I gotta go with Clash at the Castle. I don't like. It was three memorable matches and moments there. You know, Dom actually finally hitting his dad. That was great. Roman versus Drew was actually pretty good, and Solo, like, oh my god! And then the reactions help as well because the reaction of Solo coming out was just priceless. And of course, Walter versus Sheamus was just Clash of the Castle. Yeah.
CM, what you got?
Hold on 1 second for me. Oh, the petty in me is tempted to say brawl out.
That was definitely the best media scrum of the year.
Don't let the petty win. Don't let the petty win.
Well, I guess nobody's gonna say it, so I'm gonna go ahead and give some appreciation to WrestleMania this year.
That doesn't
WrestleMania
exist.
this year was really solid.
I'm
It
going
was.
with Ash because I am torn between Clash of the Castle and Full Gear. Full Gear is when I could go back and watch both of those and be happy. Um. Oh yeah, I'm going with the tie. You won't. I'm not choosing.
Well,
I
that
would
gives
have
us.
gone.
Thank
I
you.
would
Thank you
have
for
gone
understanding me,
WrestleMania.
Ash.
WrestleMania was okay, but the whole Vince coming out and having a match for no good reason, and then Roman
But-
versus Brock.
But it
for
was
the-
so bad that I kind of like to go back and watch it because it was so bad. No, he didn't. He
Vince
did
was
not.
like-
It was so unnecessary.
Vince said, "I'm about to be out. I gotta do one last thing."
All you needed was Vince and old boy beating up on Pat McAfee, and then Stone Cold comes out. That was in 3 minutes. But no, we had an extra 3 minutes. For what? Of my life. For what? And then you add Roman versus Brock 54 for what? For what? Because y'all don't want to build nobody else up. So that's why I can't give it to WrestleMania. That's why. Everything else was awesome. But those two reasons, I can't. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Is
So
this
we
gonna
have
be
two
another
votes.
one?
So since CM has a tie but has Clash of the Castle, we have CM and Anika essentially with Clash of the Castle, and me and Sammy with Forbidden Door. So we kind of have essentially a tie.
Okay, does Fightful show replays of any AEWs like months after it's done, or is it hit and quit it situation?
I have no
Because
idea,
I haven't
honestly.
watched. Honestly, I have not watched any AEW pay-per-views full out. I haven't. $50 is a lot of money. Maybe next year I'll do it, but it's like it sucks that I haven't watched any of these matches, and I know they're good. I know they're good.
Links to the Discord. You can probably find it in the Discord.
I think I'm the only person who actually pays anymore.
Yeah, I don't pay for them. So I mean, I pay for Peacock, so I guess I pay for WWE.
Hypothetically, if I were to watch these pay-per-views live, I would pay for them if I were to watch them live and not on like a 30-second delay.
There you go. There you go. Lawyer CM. That's how you do it.
But there is no evidence of which these things on my computer. So, you know.
No evidence at all. None at all.
And if you try to get a subpoena for it, fuck you.
Why you even here? You trying to do that? You and our people. Ugh.
Why you watch?
My
You don't know
my
I do.
minuscule watching of some bootleg wrestling, I'm sure they have no care about. Like, I'm a
That
tiny,
was,
tiny fish in a big, big pond. Like,
That
but
is
that
why everyone loves WrestleMania. To be quite honest, that is the
yeah.
one. That is the thing that everybody seems to remember. That, and I think Bianca. That I'll be honest, man. That
Top four moments. Stone Cold versus KO. That was good. The return of Cody versus Seth. That's actually a pretty awesome match. Yeah, Bianca versus Becky was nice, and Sami Zayn versus Johnny Knoxville. That's top four moments of WrestleMania. The whole both nights.
so I don't
So
remember it all very well, but wasn't most of that all on night one? If I remember, night one was really good and night two was really bad.
Seth versus Cody was night two.
Okay.
And of course, Naomi, not even a match. Naomi and Sasha's entrance. I would watch that all day. Just on the Lamborghini and she just killing the dance. I'm sorry.
I'm pretty sure Seth versus Cody and
hanging out.
Becky and Bianca was night one, wasn't it?
That's what I thought. I thought they were both night one.
Mm-mm.
But
And you know what? I think Becky versus Bianca was night two. I might be wrong about that. No, I'm right about that because it was the number one match, and then Seth and Cody came out, and everybody was like, it's a tie between them two.
so let's see. Cody Rhodes returns in night one, it says.
Really?
Yep. Here's a complete rundown night one. Usos versus Shinsuke and Rick Boogs.
Which
Drew versus Happy Corbin.
Ugh.
Logan Paul and Miz versus the Mysterios. Or Logan Paul, yeah. And Miz versus the Mysterios. This is night one still. Let's see.
Dang.
Becky Lynch and Bianca. So that was night one.
Okay.
And Cody and Seth was night one.
What was
And yep.
and night two only had Sammy and Knoxville
Johnny, I
versus
think, yeah.
and
I'm trying to
ooh.
see. Let's see what night two or yeah, what night two had. Let's see.
No wonder you could sell still for
now
night two.
for night one, it was unfortunate with the first match. With
It
the second
was
match,
because
they knew with the second match it was going to be the dud of the night. But the first
Yeah.
one, that was unintentional.
that really did suck that Boo Boo got hurt, man.
But once you got to match 3, everything was going uphill.
So
And
Sammy and Johnny were night two. Sasha and Naomi were night two. AJ versus Edge was night two. Pat McAfee and Austin Theory was night two. Pat McAfee and Vince McMahon was night two, and then the Stone Cold stuff was night two, and then Brock and Roman was night two.
honestly, this could have been this. Like, if you would have got rid of some unnecessary matches, and y'all know what the matches were, this could have been in one night. This really could have been in one night. Like, you
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
put
you take out like 4 of those matches, you
a decent 4-hour pay per view. This really could have been a
it,
long pay per view.
it might have been 5. It might have been 5. But I can stand a 5-hour pay-per-view. Some people can't, but I'm cool with it. It's when you reach like 7-8 hours, I'm like, dog, you need to cut this down in half.
It
4
really
hours and 30
depends.
minutes.
It really depends. I mean, if it's a 2-hour pay per view with no good matches, then it's way too long. If it's a 4-hour pay per view, a 5-hour pay per view where it's all got really good matches and I don't feel like it's been 5 hours, then sure, it's great. I mean, when I start to
AEW's
feel
pretty
like
good about that.
this is lagging and like we've got 3 hours in the middle where it's like nothing's happened, then yeah, it's way too long.
Like, and being there is a whole different ball game. Like WrestleMania 28, I can't tell you the middle per se, but I still hold it as one of the best WrestleManias ever. I remember the whole experience. I remember going in. I remember having a black moment with a parent. A mom was like, "I gotta go. Can you watch my son?" I'm like, "Oh, for sure." Don't even know this lady, but because of this, she know we got her son for this quick moment before we go to the car. That was that was awesome. But yeah, so it's all about the
Okay.
experience and the momentum.
So go ahead. Who are we giving the horsey to? Forbidden
was
Door,
Clash
Clash.
of the Castle and Forbidden Door, right?
Yeah.
I'll
Sammy,
go
where was Clash of the Castle on your list?
Like number 6.
Okay.
I got 2 Ring of Honor pay-per-views above Clash. Yeah,
Okay.
2 Ring of Honor pay-per-views I have above.
Final Battle and Supercard of Honor.
Forbidden Door was all right, but for it to be hyped up the way it was, it should have been better. Like, and I know stuff happened.
Injuries.
There was a whole lot of stuff off the card that should have been on the card. Like, for what I heard, Keith Lee versus Tama, I want to say it right, Tama Ishii. That why wasn't that a thing? Like, it was a couple. It was a whole lot. It was some more meat on the bone. And then how it ended, where it was like bloody guts on Wednesday. I'm like, dude, who cares? This is how we end that. Like, this is how we end the pay-per-view. Who signed up on this?
Ishii versus Jericho was a very fun time, by the way.
But that wasn't on Forbidden Door. That was on.
No, it wasn't. But that might have been my favorite Jericho singles match of the year.
Yeah. Like,
No,
bro, like, yeah. We're gonna go off the rails if we're gonna go that way because
not saying the best. I'm saying my favorite. Not the best. Not Jericho's best of the year. I'm saying my favorite Jericho match of the year. Him and Ishii.
I might say yes because you have to give props to Homeboy. You know the chest slap is coming, but you're still not gonna test your chest out, and you're bleeding. And I'm to the point where I'm like, hold up, Homeboy, where's the blood coming from? That cannot be from your chest. Wait, I haven't even seen one bleed from a Walter slap. What's going on?
Well, I don't know how we settle this stalemate on pay-per-view of the year. What do y'all think?
Did CM decide on one?
No, she tied. She said she couldn't pick one.
So that's a 0.5 and a 0.5.
Out of the two, I said Clash.
Okay.
Oh.
So it's 2-2. I guess we could have a second tie.
I do not think that Forbidden Door was as good as Clash of the Castle. And
I don't think there were any WWE pay-per-views that were as good as several of the AEW pay-per-views or either of the Ring of Honor pay-per-views. That's just my personal opinion.
The thing with me is that I'm thinking Clash as my second favorite of the WWE pay-per-views, and I got so many.
Like 4 above any WWE pay-per-views.
What was your first for the WWE pay-per-views?
Mania is my number 1 for WWE this year.
For Johnny, really?
And I'd say it's probably like number 4 on my list.
So Ash also agrees that Clash of the Castle. So you lose. It's 3.
Okay.
2. Well, I wasn't picking between the ROH ones, so that's why I didn't say anything ROH because you ain't that damn sure between those two.
My number 2 and my number 5.
I agree.
I don't think it would be physically possible for me to choose between those two, so I just made it easy. Didn't say either.
Oh, I was able to choose. One's a number 2, one's a number 5.
Well, there's so many pay-per-view. I could go back and watch most of the pay-per-views from this year.
I agree with that.
It can't be a tie. You can't have 2 ties.
No.
Clash 1.
The tiebreaker is Clash of the Castle.
All right.
Except for the end. We just cut it off after Drew loses. And that's it.
All right.
That's it.
And the horsey for best pay-per-view of the year is WWE Clash at the Castle.
Yeah, go Solo!
That is our last horsey
I couldn't help it.
for the year.
I had to do the Queen there, especially since it took place in the UK.
Wasn't she like dead then?
Huh?
Wasn't she dead? Look, I don't like the royal family. The last
No, no,
one.
Right?
no, 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 no. Queen, the band.
Oh,
Oh,
Flash. Yeah.
now you know there's one Queen song that we all think about when we think about Queen.
2.
I,
and that chick. Look,
I mean, I think
moving
about
on.
20. I think about 20. Like, what do you mean?
Mother, I just killed him. Mother, I just killed him.
Bohemian Rhapsody is the one that everybody knows. Well, that and We Will
Somebody
Rock
to
You.
love.
Or We Are the Champions, I guess. It's technically.
We
I
are
don't
We
the
are
know.
champions.
we are the champions. Mighty Ducks too. Around the campfire.
Fuck
Come
that.
on.
Somebody to love. We turned it. I turned it to Freddie Mercury. I'm singing it. I'm going hard.
You see what I mean? You see what I mean? They said one song and now they've gone to 5.
Well,
Of
I
course.
said at
Queen
first
is
Bohemian
amazing.
Rhapsody, and I don't think I'm fast enough with the singing. But when you listen to the lyrics in that, it's like, oh, you just
Uh,
It's so weird.
I mean, for me,
It's
it's
a strange
probably
song.
well, it's
Fat
about him
Bottom
bringing him
Girls.
back to his mother because he just killed some man and they finna come get his ass.
Like,
Yes,
I
honorable mention. Slammiversary was very good, Ash. I agree with that. That was my favorite Impact pay-per-view of the
Again,
year.
Impact puts on damn good shows.
They do.
And
But
anybody
why
out there
the
who has never
heck
heard that song, you should listen to it.
Which one?
Fat Bottom
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Girls.
Oh, Fat Bottom Girls, yeah.
So, because
But what?
again, not touching that.
Is it time for
Well,
CM's clown?
it was big with my family because we all got fat asses.
All right. Is it time for CM's clown of the week? Let's move on to CM's clown of the week.
Jesus. I'm gonna try to do this. He never gets it right. There we go. There we go. That's better. All right, clown of the week. Gonna be nice. Gonna be simple. Guys, don't go too far. It's gonna be a very simple one. It goes for the last time in 2022 for the clown of the week. Motherfucking fans who insist on dividing everything. If you don't like AEW, don't watch it, but you don't have to rag on it. If you don't like WWE, don't watch it, but you don't have to rag on it. Stop taking enjoyment out of watching wrestling. You are making it so boring. If I hop into a group one more time and it's Young Bucks doing this is so stupid. Why are they super kicking each other? It's pro wrestling. It's sports entertainment. Are you entertained? Are they wrestling? Yes. Then freaking enjoy it. You people get upset when you have technical masterpieces because that's just not how it works. But everybody gets all in their panties and in their feelings because Claudio wins a match because of the big damn swing, which is a I did ballet for a while. If you do too many turns and you cannot spot, you will make yourself pass out. Chris Jericho was not spotting. Chris Jericho probably would pass out had he not tapped out. Logically, the swing makes sense. People hated it because they hate AEW for whatever fucking reason. And it wasn't even AEW. It was ROH. And everybody loved ROH. But no, because it was AEW, we got to get our panties in a wad. I do not watch WWE because I think it's stagnant. But I am never, let me phrase that. I'm going to do my best to not go and cherry pick things from WWE to showcase why I dislike WWE. Because to me, That seems like a massive waste of my time, and I have now given my views to a WWE product trying to prove a point. Folks like what you like. If you don't like it, don't watch it. It's that simple. Stop taking the enjoyment out of it. We grew up in a time, well, most of us grew up in a time where we had WCW and WWE, and we loved it. We flipped between it. We might watch Nitro one week, we're going to watch Raw the next. That's what we did. That was the enjoyment. That was the love. If you love pro wrestling, for the love of God, please stop being the toxic fandom that takes all the joy out of it. Because we are now reaching Real Housewives territory where people no longer want to actually watch the show because the fans are so freaking annoying. Enjoy what you enjoy. If you don't enjoy it, don't watch. You don't have to. That's the beauty of TV, streaming, all this stuff. You don't have to watch it if you don't like it. But stop taking all the fun out of it. It's supposed to be fun, guys. We can rag on people for other things. Like, we spent the first 40 minutes of this show ragging on Lacey Evans because she's a dipshit. Dude, find other things to rag on people about. Because, there's a lot of that you could easily do quite easily. I can start. Tony Khan, he ain't shit. We'll never be shit. We could drag him. But stop with the tribalism. Because the tribalism makes you look a clown. And you end up agreeing with Vince Russo. And I don't know how much more clown-like you can get than agreeing with Vince Russo about wrestling. That's all. So as we bring the cookout of 2022 to a close, we are getting ready to go. Let's go. What's up?
So it was the swing, not like the spinneroonie. So like I don't have a problem with it, and people should chill. Secondly, I grew up in a WCW household, but like we didn't have like a bunch of tribalism. Like we didn't hate WWF. Like we watched WWF sometimes, but we primarily watched WCW.
And like with the whole, like I think people are like, "Oh my God, we have another war." No, we don't. And like you said, back in the day, that wasn't that war had nothing to do with the fans. That was Tim Turner versus Vince. And thank God, hey, I watched both. Welcome here, boo boo. But like you said, the war was not between us. We liked both. Like you said, Nitro was on at 8:30. Raw was on at 9. For me, like, okay, bet 30 minutes of WCW, and then we'll worry about flip flopping for the next 2 hours.
Yeah, I mean, look, if you're a wrestling fan, just watch it and enjoy the product. And there's so much going on right now, especially with YouTube. You can watch all wrestling, all sorts of wrestling from everywhere. And if you're a wrestling fan, there's something for you. Just watch it and enjoy it. You don't have to hate on other stuff. If you don't like it, don't watch it. Pure and simple.
I mean, you see me wearing a Chiefs hat here. When the Bengals beat us, like I was like, good for them. They worked really hard. They did good plays.
No.
They surprised me.
Yeah, I don't play that. I don't play that. You beat the Cowboys, fuck you. I don't care.
It's just
I agree with you, Sammy.
I show appreciation.
Like, I'm a Jaguar fan. I'm not going to say anything about how we beat the Cowboys. I won't say anything, even though everyone thought it was a gimme. Everyone thought that, and I'm not gonna rub it in anymore. I'm just saying, though, y'all gonna give us our respect, and we're gonna mosey on because I can go all day about that. I'm just saying, though. Just saying.
I don't think I've ever seen so much tribalism as I've seen in like the past 5 days, and it's just like take after take after take after take of I hate AEW, AEW sucks, I hate WWE, WWE sucks. And then when you say you don't have to watch it, well, why can't I watch it if I hate it? Why are you watching something you hate?
And like, and people like will see like what you see him. You have actual good reasons. I think it's stagnant. I don't like the people who are running it. Those are legitimate reasons. The people who are saying this stuff is you have no legitimate reasons. You're just being a hater too because you have nothing else to do. And the people who love wrestling are tired of it. Shut up.
Let us watch our wrestling. Shit.
Let us watch
Before we
our
like-
wrestling.
Before we make you like watch Vince Russo talk for hours upon hours upon hours.
Like, if I don't
No
think
doubt.
I'm gonna like something, I'm not gonna watch it. Like, yeah, like
I'm
I've
not
never
gonna-
watched Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Never seen it. Real Housewives of whatever. Never seen any of it. I don't think
No,
it's for
but see-
me, and I'm not gonna try and watch something I don't think I would. You know,
But see, here's the thing. Like, so here's the thing. Like, if you've been a fan of something before, whether it was good or not, like, it's hard to then not like WWE for me right now. I haven't watched a Raw or SmackDown probably in a long time. I do watch the pay-per-views, mostly just because they're so long and I just have so much other stuff going on that just the time to find to watch them. But I want to. I don't not watch them because I'm frustrated with them not being good. I mean, that's part of it, but I want them to be good so I can come back to watching it. Like I want it to get better. Like yes, Housewives I'll never watch because it has no interest for me. But even when the Cowboys are bad, I watch them because I want them to be better. I want WWE to be better. These are things I like and want to be better, not things I dislike and want to go away. I want them to do better so that I come back to them.
yeah, I think anybody with the mindset of they want one of the companies to go away, they're
like
Yeah.
I like the again back to Monday Night Wars. I wanted someone to win, but like when WCW went away, that those years of having one company wasn't good for anybody. And I love the Young Bucks mindset of we're not trying to win. We just wanting to give people an alternative.
Yeah.
And that really is the best thing for everyone.
No doubt.
I'll do you one better. I despise Eric Bischoff and Terry Bollea. I have for a long time, even before all that stuff came out about Terry Bollea and his daughter not managing her pussy properly. However, when TNA went to Monday nights, guess who was watching? Because I love the competition. Competition is what makes things thrive. If you don't have competition, it's a problem. I'm a Target person, but I will go into Walmart occasionally because I don't want Walmart to go away because then Target will get even more expensive for no damn reason.
Whew.
Yeah.
Big
okay.
Foley's-
Question for y'all: one person gets a creative booking job in pro wrestling again today. Who do you pick? Russo or Cornette?
Jim Cornette.
I'm not watching wrestling.
I'm eating my foot.
I think I'd pick Cornette too.
I mean, the only reason I say that is because Cornette actually understands and knows wrestling. Cornette can actually produce good wrestling. He might be a piece of shit in his poor ideology, but at least he can produce a decent show. Russo doesn't understand wrestling at all.
I agree
Dutch
with Luke.
Mantel.
I agree
Dutch
with Luke.
Mantel.
Dutch Mantel is a better answer
Dutch,
for sure.
Dutch could do it. Dutch could fit in at any wrestling company and have quality ideas. Jim Cornette could possibly fit at WWE only. Jim Cornette could not work anywhere else. Dutch Mantel has ideas that could be beneficial to all of your companies. Vince Russo should never be seen or heard from. He should sit in the corner. Silent.
Yeah, no doubt. Vince Russo has no
Yes.
business wrestling at all.
This right here.
Mick Foley said it best. You run faster when someone is chasing you. Someone has to chase you. Period.
I agree.
Give us competition. Give us something that is an alternative. Give us something that will have your wrestlers go across and be actual independent contractors and raise them up. I want to see everybody win.
And everyone have a job.
I agree with that.
Let's not
Jobs that
get
are actually paying them decently.
Yeah,
that's that.
no doubt.
And if they are actual independent contractors, they are treated as such. And the money that they make is not tied solely to one entity. And
Because
they
I
can
know a lot of people
grow.
struggled with getting paid with Impact for a while there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of young bucks left. Well, left,
And
fired,
AJ,
whatever you want to say.
It's not that we don't want to pay you; it's that we
they
can't
can.
pay you.
But the more competition, the more eyes get on the competition, the more money that goes for other people. Because the name of the game for wrestlers is to develop and change and grow characters. I don't want to. I don't want to see the same characters week after week after week. Give me some fresh folks. Like I like what is happening now with like Hook and Jungle Boy. It's no longer stagnant for me. It's developed.
Right?
Dark Order, although I miss Stu, I love like some of the progression they're making. I love how they've kind of come back to the Hangman thing and they're calling out, you've kind of fucked us over unintentionally, but yeah. I love the fact that Kevin Owens is one of the only wrestlers to actually watch the product and know. I love the fact that Pac and Death Triangle call out, we watch this. Y'all know we watch this, right? We know what
Right? I love it. All of it.
like I want to see that. But because it is 12:07 here, and and we got some things to do. Um, anything else for the last cookout of the year?
Yes, I want to say
Oh,
something. These last 4 months or 5 months since we started doing this has been some of the best time of my life. Doing this with the three of you is fun and amazing. Sammy with the idea to do this and the way it all worked out. I just want to say thank you guys for making this enjoyable all the time.
Well, it was off the cuff of what Romeo had said one day.
Sure.
It
Yeah.
was like, if y'all want to do it, and I was just like, well, if I want to do one, I want to do it with you guys.
No doubt. No doubt.
This
This
has
has been a
definitely
wonderful
been.
experience, and I look forward to doing it a lot, many more times, and a lot more in the future.
I'm
does
looking
not feel
forward
like
to our
work at all.
channel growing, y'all. We
Right?
growing.
Yay!
Actually, before we go, who you looking forward to seeing their career the most next year? Like, who's got you
Willows.
most excited?
Willows.
That's a good one. I'm interested to see what Mike Bailey does, where Steve Ball goes
I
from here.
I'm excited for Mercedes. I'm really excited to see what she's going to do in Japan. If she's going to continue on in Japan, or if this is like a one-off and she's got other plans coming up. But no matter what she does, I'm excited to see what she's got planned.
I'm a conspiracy theorist just a little bit. I want her to do a nice stint in New Japan, and hopefully, if everything lines up, bring Kyrie with her and have her form her own Japan group when she comes back to AEW. Oh, no, sorry, when she comes to WWE in about 6 months.
Um, you know, the faction that my favorite Stardom wrestler is in is called Women of the World, and I think that all of her faction members have left her. Like,
See?
there is a faction with no members that needs bodies called Women of the World. Like,
She would fit right in.
I I don't have any particular one. I'm looking forward to 2023 as a wrestling fan. I think that we are now on the cusp of maybe another great wrestling revolution. We have a
Yes.
lot of personalities that can be in the mainstream media. I'm looking forward to it. I want to actually see like Julia come over and what's going to happen with that. I want to see like Eddie Kingston win a belt. I want to see Sami
Finally.
Zayn continue to win. I want to see Roman Reigns when he loses those belts and who breaks up the bloodline. There's a lot of pieces in play that I want to see. Minus Charlotte Flair. I want her to go away.
We
Sorry.
don't want, yeah, I don't even know why she's, I don't even
Um,
know. We glad you here, Romeo.
All hail
But that
Queen
was not
Charlotte.
needed. That was
unless
not needed.
unless Ashley has spent a lot of time training, I think that I'm not in a rush for her. Um,
Or at
but
least when she comes back, don't give her the doggone belt right when she comes back. Let
uh,
her hang out for at least 4 months.
Paul is a different breed, so we'll see. We will see.
Everyone's just holding her belt.
We'll see.
Well, yeah.
Mm.
Uh, uh,
I'm crossing my fingers. Let me have foolish hope, okay? Let me have foolish hope.
I
listen,
believe in HHH.
I don't, but I'll lie to myself and say I do. So
I
that is
mean, I appreciate Charlotte's in-ring work.
Yes. No, like you said,
She's one of the best in-ring.
you didn't
Not as
have
good as
fun with
Sasha.
everyone.
Not as good as Sasha, but she's one of the best in-ring. That's my
really
thoughts.
one of the best in the league.
I agree.
One of,
I
I
just
would say.
when she does the flip off the turnbuckle, can she please not try to catch herself?
Well,
If she just
I don't blame her for that anymore after she didn't get caught enough times. I
She's
understand her
got
being like,
then don't do it.
airbags. She'll be all right.
Then don't do it.
All
You're
right.
too
On that
freaking
note, let's
tall.
go ahead and wrap this bad boy up.
I mean, I
Yeah,
could be lying,
let's
but
take us out
that's
of here.
the reason she tries to catch herself is because aerodynamically she's not balanced. Um, so this is our last cookout of 2022. We are looking forward to growing with you all in 2023. So please come back with us in 2023 and we will be here. We are doing Rampage not Sunday, Friday, correct?
Yes,
Friday, yep.
correct.
So we are doing come watch Rampage with us at 10 p.m. Eastern on Friday. End your year on a good note with us. We will go off the rails as we normally do, but you love us for it. Um, Also make sure to watch out for Under the Radar. This week it was a really good week for Dark Elevation as well as being the elite. Looking forward to Impact and MLW. Hopefully we end on a good note there as well. Um, we will be here as always on Tuesdays, Fridays, and on Saturdays. We will have a recorded under the radar for you all. So until then, stay safe, stay healthy. We will see you Friday. Happy early New Year for the ones who can't be here with us. Um, Blue, they got to talk about that. Don't do that to us, Blue. Uh, So we will let you guys know. We will let you all know. I'm not able to watch SmackDown. I don't have USA. So
I mean, I got it, and since it's not New Year's Eve, technically, I think I should be available. I'm,
I'll be here.
so it looks like we're starting a little bit early for SmackDown. So we will be
Gosh,
live.
let's
They will be live
go.
for SmackDown starting at 8 p.m. Eastern on Friday.
I mean, unless my family like calls me up tomorrow saying like we're all gonna be hanging out on Friday, like I should be here.
So Blue and Ash, y'all better be here on Friday at 8 p.m. if y'all making the workforces work a little bit harder.
That part.
All right. Until Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, stay safe, stay healthy, drink your juice, get some sunlight. We love y'all. Thank you for rocking with us.
Happy holidays. Happy New Year.
Bye.